Mr. Tobakale.
Chairperson, Commissioner, we beg leave to call our final witness for today, Ms. Jabulile Emam-Debele.
Ms. Mdebele, good afternoon to you.
Siyakubingelela Mama Mdebele.
Ngiyavuma sanibona.
Hi.
Please give us your full names.
Sicela usitshela amagama akho onke.
Ngijabulile eMamndebele.
I'm Jabulile Emma Mdebele.
Do you swear the evidence you're about to give us will be the whole truth and nothing else but the truth? If you do, please raise your right hand and say, "So help me God."
Uyafunga yini ukuthi ubufakazi ozobethula lapha buzoba yiqiniso lodwa uma ukufunga lokho ukuthi uzokwenza sicela uphakamise isandla sakho sangokwesokudla bese uthi inkosi ngisize.
Inkosi ngisize.
The witness is sworn in.
Thank you, Mr. Sminya. Mr. Tobakale.
Thank you. Mam Debele sanibona.
Yebo sawubona.
Do you have a statement in front of you?
Unaso istatement esiphambi kwakho Mama Mdebele?
Yebo nginaso.
Yes, I do.
And in the front it's written witness statement of Jabulile Emam-Debele.
Lapha ngaphambili sibhaliwe ukuthi istatement esikafakazi ogama lakhe lengujabulile eMamndebele.
Yebo.
Yes, that's correct.
Can you go to the last page of that statement, please?
Sicela uvule ikhasi lokugcina lalesi statement.
There's a signature there. Do you see it?
Kunalapho kusayinwe khona uyabona?
Yebo.
Yes.
Is that your signature?
Is wena osayine lapha?
Yebo.
Yes, it's me.
More or less in line with how you've set it out in your statement.
Mama Mdebele ngizoxoxa nawe ngokwalokho okubhalwe kulesi statement kancane kancane.
Okay.
Perhaps let's start here. How old are you?
Ake siqale lapha. Mama Mdebele uneminyaka emingaki ubudala?
Una 57.
I am 57 years old.
And where were you born?
Wazalelwa phi?
Ngazalelwa eMpumalanga eFallcrest.
I was born in Mpumalanga in Fallcrest.
And what kind of area is that?
Indawo enjani leyo uma uyichaza nje?
Ngikhulele efama. Ubaba wami wabehlala efama.
I grew up in the farm. My father was staying in the farm.
Okay. And what did your father do for a living?
Ubaba wakho wayenzani ukuze aziphilise?
Ubaba wayesebenza khona efama.
My father was working there in the farm.
And did you attend school?
Mama Mdebele waya esikolweni?
Ngangena kancane ngaphuma ku standard 2.
Yes, I started in the early classes, but I dropped off in standard 2.
What can you tell us about that school?
Yini oyikhumbulayo ongasitshela yona ngaleso sikhathi sakho sesikole?
Akukho engikukhumbulayo ngoba vele ngangisasemncane kodwa nje kwakuyisikolo sasemakhaya sasifundela endlini nje. Kwakungasisikole esinegama.
I don't remember much because I was still young, but it was a school that was in the house. It was not a formal school like any other schools that we know. We were learning in the house.
And why did you stop going to school?
Manje Mama Mdebele wabusuyekelani ke ukuya esikolweni?
Umlungu lo weplaza wathi ufuna intombazane kubaba izosebenza eplazini.
The owner of the farm where my father was working, he said he needed a girl who will come and work in the farm.
And did you go and work at the farm?
Wabe sewuyahamba ke nawe wayosebenza eplazini?
yebo ngadrop isikolo ngayosebenza eplazini.
Yes, I dropped out the school, then I went to work in the farm.
So in paragraph 6 of your statement, you say, when I got to standard 2, I was told I had to drop out around 1981 because my father's bosses, in brackets farm owners, told my father to bring me at the farm to work. I just want to confirm that, so when you stopped going to school, it was at standard 2?
Lapha kule statement sakho esigabeni 6 uthe ngesikhathi ngisebangeni lesibili ngayeka esikolweni cishe kwakuyiminyaka yawo 1981 ngenxa yokuthi umlungu kababa wayethe ufuna intombazane ezoza izosebenza eplazini. Ingabe yiso lesi sikhathi osishoyo uma uthi washiya phansi esikolweni?
Yebo.
Yes, that is correct.
Did any of your siblings finish school?
Ukhona yini einganeni zakini owasiqeda isikole?
Akekho.
No one.
Why?
Kungani?
Ukuthi isimo ekhaya sasinzima nje.
The situation at our home was difficult.
Ngoba lo landela mina uze naye wabuya ukukhula kwakhe wabuya weze eplazini wazokhipha mina ukuthi ngiphumule.
Because one of my siblings who comes after me,
Umfana.
he had to drop out and come to work in the farm so that I can be released.
And when you were then released, what did you do?
Manje wena ke sowudedelwe eplazini awusasebenzi eplazini wabe sewenzani?
Ngahamba ngafuna umsebenzi eNewcastle.
I went to look for an employment in Newcastle
Ngakuthola emakhishini.
and I got the job there where I got as a domestic worker.
So in paragraph 8 of your statement, you say, there I worked, and the there is now in Newcastle. I worked for only 5 years because my bosses left the country and went overseas.
Kustatement sakho lapha ya esigabeni sesishagalombili uthe ngaya eNewcastle ngafike ngasebenza khona iminyaka emihlanu ngenxa yokuthi umlungu wami wathutha kulelizwe wahamba wayohlala phesheya.
Yebo kunjalo.
So what
Yes, that
happened
is
after that?
correct. Kwabe sekwenzekani ke emva kwalokho?
Ngaphindela ekhaya ngahlala ekhaya. Abese kwaba nosisi ukhazini wami mntanami amncane wami owayela eGoli wangibiza ukuthi ngibuye ngize eGoli ngizofuna umsebenzi.
From there, I went back home, and after some time, one of my cousins, who was already here in Johannesburg, she called me and said, let me come here in Johannesburg so that I can look for a job.
And did you go?
Ungabe ke wabe usuyasuka ngempela weza lapha eGoli?
Ngase ngasuka ngizala eGoli ngo-2000.
Yes, I did. I came here in Johannesburg in the year 2000.
And where did you stay?
Wahlalaphi?
Ngahlala kuyo ukhazini wami wayehlala ngapha ngaseJip ngathi undlula eLispark kancane sengilikhohliwe iflat lakhona ukuthi lalithini.
I stayed with my cousin. She was staying near to GB if you just pass Ellis Park. It's just that I don't remember the name of the flat where she was staying.
And then in paragraph 10, you say, in relation to your cousin, you say, she then went back home when she got sick and left me alone in the room we stayed in. At the time, rental was 300 rand per month, and paying it alone was hard.
Uthe lapha esigabeni seshumi ngabe sengihlala naye kumzala wami unyaka. Kwathi emva kwalokho umzala wami wabe sehlatshwa ukugula, wabe sephindele ekhaya. Ngaqhubeka mina ngihlala kulelo gumbi. Kodwa ke ngaleso sikhathi imali engangiyikhokha ye rent kwakungu 300 ngenyanga.
Yebo kunjalo.
Yes, that is correct.
So then how did you deal with that situation?
Manje wabhekana kanjani naleso simo?
Ngangizama ngidayisa amagwini. kodwa ngangihluleka ngoba abantu babathenga bangathengi ngahlala ne-boyfriend.
I was trying to make ends meet by selling amagwinya, which is fat cakes. But the business was not going well. People would buy, the other times they don't buy. So at that time, that's where I started to stay with my boyfriend.
And you stayed with that boyfriend for how long?
Wahlala naleli soka lakho iminyaka emingaki noma isikhathi esingakanani?
Angizange ngihlale isikhathi eside kwaba isikhathi esincane yang-abuse ukuthi ngoba yiye ebhadara rent ngaphuma-ke ngayofuna iroom lami.
It was not a long time because he immediately after that he started to abusing me because he was viewing himself as the breadwinner or someone who was paying for the rent. So from there I decided to leave him. Then I went and looked for my own room elsewhere.
And where did you find this room?
Wabusulithola phi ke leli gumbi lakho?
Ngase ngilithola e-36 ku-Davis Street.
I got it at
2001.
I got the place at 36 Davis Street in Johannesburg, and it was year 2001.
And when you got there, who did you speak to about living in that place?
Njengoba uthi ke wathuthela kule ndawo ukuze ukwazi ukuhlala lapha ya wakhuluma nobani ukuthi ufuna ukuhlala kule ndawo?
Ngangihambe ngifuna iroom bangilayela ukuthi kunobaba ovula ibhilidi lapha e-36 angihambe ngiyobheka iroom ngaya ke 36 ngempela ngafica kukhandwa ama-room.
I was searching for the room for the accommodation at that time, and someone told me that no, there is a man who is busy making rooms there at 36 Davis Street. And I went there and I found the man and he gave me the accommodation.
And can you describe what 36 Davis Street looked like at the time?
Awukuthi ukusichazela ukuthi ngesikhathi ufika kuleli bhilidi e36 David Street lalibukeka kanjani?
Kwakuyibhilidi engathi vele laselihlala yibotho lalingcolile liklinwa kukhandwa ama-room ngamabhodi. Indawo ezinama-room aphilayo kwakuyilezi mhlawumbe obona ngathi kwakungama-office.
It was a bad bad place, or what I can say, it was a deliberating a flat at that time when I came in. The only best place or rooms that you can say were much better, it was those that were used as the office before. But otherwise, other rooms were in a bad state because they were partitioned with cupboards.
And during this time, what were you doing for a living?
Wawenzani ke wena ngaleso sikhathi ukuze uziphilise?
Ngiqhubeka ngidayisa wona amagwinya.
Still, I was selling fat cakes.
And then in paragraph 12 of your statement, you say, I then got a piece job as a domestic worker at the Glen. Can you tell us about that?
Kulesi sigatshana sika 12 noma seshumi nambili uthe ngabe sengithola umsebenzi oyitoho wokuthi ngihambe ngiyosebenza emakhishini lapha ya at the Glen. Awuthi kwenaba?
Ngase ngithola umsebenzi ke the Glen emakhishini. Ngangisebenzela nje ugogo omdala. Ngasebenza until washona ke kwaphela kanjalo umsebenzi. Ngase ngiqala ukudayisa into ezincane ama-sweet, ugwayi, ama-snacks, cold drink.
Yes, I work there at the Glen, and the person that I was working for was an old woman. I worked there until she passed away. Then after that, I had to look for another job. That's where I started again to sell things like sweets, cigarettes, all the small things, just to take care of myself.
Then in paragraph 13, you say around 2006 and 7, I got employed at UJ as a cleaner. Can you tell us more about that?
Ubese uthi lapha ya esigabeni seshumi nantathu phakathi kanyaka ka 2006 no 2007 wathola umsebenzi lapha e-UJ lapho wawusebenza khona ukuhlanza. Awuthi ukuchaza ngakho.
Ngabe sengithola umsebenzi wokuklina e-UJ kodwa ngangingasebenzi permanent kwakuyi-piece job ngoba sasibizwa makungukuthi kukhona ongekho emsebenzini uyo-relieve makabuya phinda ukuhlale futhi kanjalo ngaze ngagcina ngingasanamsebenzi ngahlala ngaqhubeka nokudayisa.
It's correct that I got the job at UJ where I worked as a cleaner, but it was not a permanent work. It was just a temporary one because they would only call me if someone is absent at work. So I was working as a reliever. Only if someone is not there, then I will be called. So it was not a full-time job. So I worked there until the end.
And then in paragraph 14, you mentioned that you receive a disability grant and that you also still sell sweets, cigarettes, and ice.
Esigabeni seshumi nane ke mama uMndebele uthe wena njengamanje uthola isibonelelo sabantu abaphila nokukhubazeka okungu 2090 ngenyanga uphinde futhi udayise amaswidi nogwayi.
Yeah.
Yes, that is correct.
And what do you use this money for?
Uyisebenziselani le mali? Wenzani?
Ingisiza ukukhokhela umntwana esikolweni ngikhokha ngayo school fees phinde sidle nomntwana kuyo le mali.
This money helps me to be able to pay for the school fees for my child, as well as just to take care of ourselves so that we can live. We also use this same amount of money.
Okay. So, Ms. Mdebel, I'm going to go back to discussing the building 36 Davis Street with you.
Ngizobuyela futhi endabeni yokuthi ake sibuyele kuleli ability lase 36 Davis Street.
So, when you got there, who did you understand to be the owner of that building?
Ngesikhathi ufika kuleli ability mama uMndebele wena wawucabanga ukuthi ubani ngempela ongumnikazi waleli ability?
Bangikhombisa yena umnikazi lo yababethe uyi-owner lalapha kwakungu Truman Ndlovu.
They showed me a person whom they said he was the owner of that building, and his name was Truman Ndlovu.
Okay. Now, from paragraph 15 of your statement, you say that Mr. Ndlovu left, and then you start talking about other people who came and claimed to be owners of that property. Can you tell us more about that?
Kulesi sigaba 15 sestatement sakho mama uMndebele uthe wena umnumzana uNdlovu lo kwafika isikhathi wahamba emva kwalokho kwase kufika abanye abantu nabo babebizwe ngokuthi abanikazi bebhilidi awuthi ukuchaza lapho.
Kwahamba isikhathi kwafika omunye ubaba ababethi uMkhize wabiza abahlali ke wasitshela ukuthi ke akasixoshi thina abahlali kushintsha i-owner sewuye i-owner le building. uNdlovu wahamba kuNdlovu sasala noMkhize.
After some time, yes, Mr. Newman, Mr. Mkhize, he came and called all the residents and he said to them, listen here, I'm not chasing you away, but I want you to know that now there will be a new owner. Mr. Ndlovu is going away. I, myself, Mr. Mkhize, I'll be the new owner of this building.
You can continue.
Ungaqhubeka.
Kwaqhubeka ke sahlala noMkhize washintshwa uMkhize kwafika okwakuthiwa uPaul wakhipha uMkhize kwasala uPaul kwaba yi-owner naye wasitshela ukuthi hayi akaxabani nabahlali thina singaqhubeka sihlala sa-ownwa uPaul.
After some time, the same thing happened. Another man came by the name of Paul, and he took over, and he said the same thing to us. I'm not going to evict you, but I'm the new owner here. Then, by that time, Mr. Mkhize was no longer a owner. So now the new owner was Paul.
After logo waphuma uPaul kwangena omunye kwakuthiwa uSophie. Naye waba yi-owner kanjalo futhi naye wasiphatha kahle nje ngabahlali.
After some time, another owner again by the name of Sophie, he came in and we worked with him very well. He treated us very well as the new owner, we as residents of that flat.
Waphuma uSophie esigcine ngaye ukubhadara irent bani lo mlungu Mark Harrison.
Then
Oblast loyo sigcine ngaye ngo-2009.
the last person whom we paid rent to was Mr. Mark Harris. That was the last person in 2009 where we paid to him a rent as the owner of the building.
So just to confirm, all these people that you say came and said they were owners, did the residents pay rent to them?
Now umbuzo. Bonke labantu bashilo balokhu beshintshana bethi bangabanikazi baleli bhilidi benibakhokhela yini irent?
Sikhokha irent.
Yes, we used to pay rent.
And why did you stop paying rent?
Manje nabe niseniyekelani ke ukukhokha irent?
Ukhokha irent ngo-2009 uMark Harrison asingasamboni. Siloku sibona amadoda esingawazi azocollect irent. Masicela ukuthi sicela ukubona uMark Harrison bathi uphesheya akekho. Njalo kuthiwa akekho.
The last time we paid rent, it was 2009 to Mr. Mark Harris. But after some times, we noticed that when we want to see him, they said, no, Mr. Harris is in overseas. So we see different people who were coming, and we decided that, no, we are no longer going to pay rent because the person that we know as the owner, Mr. Harris, we were told that he went to overseas. That was the last time we paid rent.
And then at paragraph 16 of that statement, the very last sentence, you say the electricity supply was cut off by city power, the cleaning stopped, maintenance of the building stopped, and many other day-to-day issues affected us. Can you expand on that?
Kule statement sakho lapho esigabeni seshumi nesithupha uthi ugesi wabe usuyanqanyulwa abe city power. Emva kwalokho akuzange kusaqoqwa udoti endaweni, ibhilidi alibange lisanakekelwa, kwabe nje sekuma zonke izinto ebezisebenza. Awuthi ukuchaza ngalokho?
Yebo kunjalo. Sathi mase sihleli nje vele sesihleli wase uCity Power uyafika uzogubha isigubhu sikagesi. Wahamba nogesi sasala ke ngobumnyama. Akuna clean, akuna security, akuna lutho nje. Kwabheda yonke into.
Yes, that is correct. And that is what happened after that, because the city power came and took out the power station that were providing us with electricity. And from there were no security. There was no one who come for waste management. And that's where the problem started. We were left just like that.
And what is the condition of the building now?
Sinjani isimo sebhilidi njengoba sikhuluma nje?
Ay sona sesiyabheda kakhulu, siyazamela thina ngoba siyazama ukuthi sikline noma kuphuke something or ama toilet sizama ukukoleka, kodwa ngenxa ukuthi indawo mayingana own asizwani. Omunye umuntu mawuthi sicela noma ama 5 rand silungisela, ucabanga ukuthi uzomudla. Ugcineke kube yilabo nalabo nje abalungisayo. Siyazenzela, siyazama ukuklina kona.
The situation is not good, but we are trying our utmost what we can do just to maintain the area. Sometimes we will ask other people just to make some contribution so that we can fix things that needs to be fixed. But as you know, some people, they don't want to contribute because they think that you will use that money for your personal use. So, you know, if the place has no owner, that's what you can expect.
And then in paragraph 20, you say, I've been living in the property for 24 years and this is my only home. Can you tell us why it is that you continue living at 36 Davis?
Kulesigaba lesamashumi amabili uthi wena bengilokhu ngihlala kule ndawo iminyaka engama-24 futhi kuphela kwekhaya lami leli. Manje umbuzo mama uMndebele ukuthi uqhubekalana uhlala kule ndawo.
Ukuthi angizazi ukuthi ngizoshona phi mangisuka kuleya ndawo.
It is because I don't know where can I go if I can leave that place.
Madam Chairperson, Commissioner, those are my questions to the witness.
Yes.
Unless there's any objection, I then beg leave for the statement to be admitted as Exhibit Seri 3.
The statement of Jabulile Mamdebele is admitted into the record as Exhibit Seri 3. Ms. Matumise, any clarifying questions to put to the witness?
Thank you, Madam Chairperson. Just clarity from our witness. On from paragraph 15, 16, and 17, you do mention that you stopped paying rent because there were many issues in the building. You had different people claiming to be owners. Just clarify, up till today, has there been anyone coming to the building to demand that you pay rent?
Mama Mdebele, esigabeni lapha 16 no 17 uthe wena nayeka ukukhokha imali ngenxa yokuthi kwangasekho vele umuntu enimaziyo ukuthi umnikazi waleli bhilidi. Manje umbuzo ke ukuthi kusukela ngaleso sikhathi ke ukuze kube manje njengoba nazi kanjalo benisalokhu akekho yini umuntu oke wafike wathi yimi umnikazi waleli bhilidi khokhani kimi.
Cha akabazange kusafika umuntu ngoba after siye kubhadara basifakele incwadi basasiphume lapha sangazazi ukuthi ifakwe ubani sahamba nazo ukuze size sithola amaloya.
No one came
Kwathiwa
and
zikho emthethweni.
no one came and claimed to be the lawyer since then, because after that we received some letters, eviction letters, and those letters we took it to the lawyers to show them, and the lawyer said, no, these letters are not legitimate.
Thanks, Madam Chair.
Thank you, Ms. Matumise. Mr. Myandu?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We don't have any questions for this
Thank
witness.
you. Ms. Sitole?
Thank you, Madam Chair. We don't have questions.
Thank you. Mr. Siminya?
Gut-wrenching account you give of your life, including child labor, must really be told to those people who don't know how pernicious apartheid was.
Abantu abangazi ngempela ubunzima abantu obaziyo ubunzima bokuthi kusetshenziswe useyingane ngempela abanye abantu abakwazi lokho uma bengazange bawubona umbuso obandlululo ukusetshenziswa kweingane njengoba nanisebenza emafama.
Besides that observations, I have no further questions to you.
Thank you. Ms. Ndebele, we thank you for having availed yourself to come and give evidence before this commission. You are now excused as a witness, ma'am.
Mama Mdebele, iCommission ithanda ukukubonga ngokuthi uze lapha uzokwethula ubufakazi phambi kwale zithebe zale commission. Ngakho manje usungakhululeka usuke lapha ubuyele emuva usuke esihlalweni sokuba ufakazi.
Ngiyabonga.
Thank you.
That chair is the business for the day. May we
Yes.
stand down for tomorrow?